If you're like me, then you're probably looking at HTML5, and so for that reason, we are focusing on how you can actually use the video tag with HTML5 and Dreamweaver CS5. Now, if you watched one of our previous videos, then you're familiar with the fact that Adobe released an update to Dreamweaver CS5 that gives us some newfound HTML5 abilities, including things like the video tag, which is going to be the focus of this video presentation. The video tag is pretty awesome. It allows us to now take video either in the OGG format or using H.264 and play back our video content. Now, I hit archive.org and found a nice royalty-free, rights-free video that I could use. So right here you see that I have my Jurassic Pork video, which I think I've used in a few other video presentations already. And here we have the search for the lost bacon. Which is an awesome video with Lego blocks who are looking to cook up some bacon. Now, I've already encoded this as an MP4 file, and I want to actually bring this in. I've also gone ahead and created a poster frame, so you can see I have a PNG file here, which is just a frame for the video that I want to use as the poster frame that the user sees before the video playback actually begins. Now, first of all, normally, if you're in Dreamweaver, the first thing you want to do is hit the HTML option right here. And I have that same feeling, the same thing I want to do. But if you do that, you notice that we get our XHTML1 transitional file. We need HTML5 if we want to use the video tag. So I'm going to hit my Dreamweaver preferences. And if you're on a PC, you're going to hit the edit menu to find your preferences. And once we plop down into our preferences, what we want to do is tell it the default type of file that we want to use. So if we go to the new document here, you see that I'm saying my default document is HTML, but I can also now select HTML5 as the default type of HTML document I want to create. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, close this out, and now when I create a new HTML document, this is a HTML5 doc as opposed to using the XHTML structure that we saw before. Now I'm going to go over to split view, and here inside of split view, right inside of my body, I'm going to create the new video tag. Now in my case, the source attribute is going to point to the MP4 file that I've already created. Now I haven't saved my document yet, so it's going to give me a weird path. So before I actually set this, I'm going to save this as video example.html. And now let's go ahead and browse to the local MP4 file that we have there. I'm going to set the poster attribute, and I'm going to browse here to the local PNG file that I have that I want to use as my poster frame. Okay, so right here this represents my video. Just like an image tag, my video can also have a width and height attribute applied to it. So I'll give it a width, and I'm going to set the width of this to be 300 pixels, which is just about what it really is, and the height to be 240 pixels, which is the actual height. So now this big block here represents the video that I have. If I hop over to live view, you see that there's the poster frame, and then we also see the video. Now my video is not playing because I have lots of additional options I can actually add that tells it how I want my video playback to happen. And I'll show you a few of these. Now the weird thing about these different attributes is that when you apply these, they just need to be there. One of them that we have is the controls option. So if we go over here, let's see if we can get my code engine to pop up, and I'm going to say controls equals controls, and I'm also going to set the autoplay option, and I'm just going to say that it's equal to autoplay. Alright, now we'll plot back in live view, and let's preview this in my browser so you can see how it looks in Safari. Save my changes. And now I get the controls because I've explicitly asked for them. The controls will only display if you actually say you want the controls. Autoplay will make the video begin playing back automatically, but only if you say otherwise. So if I remove these attributes, how about we close that window? And I go back here, save my document, and preview it in Safari. Without autoplay and without controls, you see that I no longer get the control overlay, nor will I actually get my video to automatically begin playing. The other two attributes that we have that I'm not setting here are whether we want this item to loop. Loop, again, just needs to actually be there. And the last option is to preload. and preload will say whether this video should automatically begin loading in the background. If preload is true, it will begin to buffer or save some of the video file to your desktop immediately, so it plays back a lot quicker when the user is ready. You can't set preload and autoplay. Autoplay overrules preload. If it's auto-playing, that means that essentially it's going to start playing and loading it as it can, progressively downloading the video file. Cool beans. So we'll set that to auto. And now let's add the controls back. Alright, let's save our document, and let's once again preview this in Safari. Alright, so now autoplay is off. It's preloading my video file, and I can hit the play button to start playback and pause my playback. Now I want you guys to keep in mind that right now HTML5 is brand spanking new. Only a few browsers truly support HTML5. That includes Safari, which I'm running on my machine, so I have absolutely no problems using the video tag here. Chrome is also a browser that uses and supports HTML5. Firefox can if you explicitly enable it, and it sounds like Internet Explorer 9 will have some functionality for HTML5. One of the big arguments is whether HTML5's video tag should support H.264 video, which is our MP4 file here. This is what Apple and Google and Microsoft are pushing very, very heavily, while Firefox and W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium, who actually creates the spec, is backing OGG. So there's still some question about what and how the video tag will actually work across different browsers. So it may be a little bit too early to say that you're definitely going to use this for all your video content, but still at the same time it can be extremely helpful. Hope this was helpful, and make sure you check out www.smarterbeaver.com if you have any questions, or if you just want to learn some more. We have lots of video tutorials available. Thank you, and I appreciate it.